Chant again.
The live stream people won't be able to do that. The live stream people won't be able to do that.
Mic is powerful.
मत्तोऽप्यनन्ता परतः परस्मात् स्वर्गापवर्गाधिपतेर्न किञ्चित् येषां किमु स्यादितरेण तेषाम् अकिञ्चनानां मयि भक्तिभाजाम् Mattah, from me, api, even, ananta, unlimited in strength and opulence, paratah parasmat, higher than the highest, swarga apavarga adhipate, able to bestow happiness, obtainable by living in the heavenly kingdom, by liberation, or by enjoyment of material comfort, and then liberation. Na, not, kinchit, anything, yesham, of whom, him, what need, who, syat, can there be, itarena, with any other, tesham, of them, akinchananam, without needs or without possessions, mayi, unto me, bhakti bhajam, executing devotional service.
Translation. I am fully opulent, almighty and superior to Lord Brahma and Indra, the king of heavenly planets. I am also the bestower of all happiness obtained in the heavenly kingdom and by liberation. Nonetheless, the Brahmanas do not seek material comforts from me. They are very pure and do not want to possess anything. They simply engage in my devotional service. What is the need of their asking for material benefits from anyone else? So kindly respond. I am fully opulent, almighty, and superior to Lord Brahma and Indra, the king of the heavenly planets. I am also the bestower of all happiness obtained in the heavenly kingdom and by liberation. Nonetheless, the Brahmanas do not seek material comforts from me. They are very pure and do not want to possess anything. They are simply engaged in my devotional service. What is the needs of their asking for material benefits from anyone else? Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The perfect Brahminical qualification is stated herein. Ankinchananam mai bhakti bhajam. The Brahmanas are always engaged in devotional service of the Lord. Consequently, they have no material wants, nor do they possess material things. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 11.8, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained the position of a pure Vaishnava who are anxious to return home back to Godhead. Akinchanasya Bhagavad Bhajano Mukasya. Those who actually want to return back to Godhead are niskinchana. That is, they have no desire for material comfort. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advises Sandarshanam Vishayenam Yata Yoshitam Cha Ha Hanta Hanta Vishabhakshanato Pi Asadu. Material opulence and sense gratification through the association of women are more dangerous than poison. Brahmanas who are pure Vaishnavas always engage in the Lord's service and are devoid of any desire for material gain. The Brahmanas do not worship demigods like Lord Brahma, Indra, or Lord Shiva for any material comfort. They do not even ask the Supreme Lord for material profit. Therefore, it is concluded that the Brahmanas are the supreme living entities of this world. Sri Kapila Dev also confirmed this in the Srimad Bhagavatam 3:29-33. Tasmat mai arpita shesha kriyata atma nirantaraha mai arpita atmana pumsam mai sanyast karmanaha na pashyami parambhutam akrato samadarshana. The Brahmanas are always dedicated to the Lord's service with their bodies, words, and mind. There's no better person than a Brahmana who thus engage himself and dedicate himself to the Supreme Lord. Om Jnanatimirandasya Gnanam Gna Shalakaya Chakshodamilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Satpitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamam Dadati Swapadandikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padagamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavam Cho Shri Rupam Sagajatam Sahagana Raghunathamitam Tam Sajim Shadvitam Savadutam Parajanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Da Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gorangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Hare Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvevcha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namaram Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Samiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesa Sunyavari Paschati Desatarini Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Thank you very much for coming in, joining in our Srimad Bhagavatam class today. We also like to thank all our foreign devotees who are here. Thank you very much. So here we are continue reading this chapter where Rishabdev is glorifying the Brahmana class. Right? I mean, so series of verses that we have been countering, reading. So, like yesterday or even day before, in the Bhagavad Gita, the qualities of the Brahmanas have been enumerated. Yes. What is that verse? The one who knows don't say. Huh? You want to find out from the others. Otherwise they will never learn. So what is the qualities of the Brahmanas that is explained in the Bhagavad Gita? We don't ask the men, we ask the women. No, you know. Huh? So we ask the one who don't know. Anyone? Everyone knows. So what is that verse? You already said. What is that? Huh? What? 18? So here you see, this verse shows the qualities of the Brahmins. Yeah? Sama, Dama, Tapaha, Saucham, Chantir, Arjavam evacha, Jnanam, Vijnanam, Astikyam, Brahma Karma, Swabhavajam. How many qualities are there? How many? 9. Yes? 9. How many? 9 qualities. So Brahmanas have got, but here, one may be born in a Brahmana family and have all the 12 Brahminical qualities. So here it says how many qualities? So 9 in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, but here it says, yeah, how many? So it is stated here, these are the 12 qualities. Dharmascha satyam cha damas tapascha amatsaryam ris titikcha anu suye yajya cha danam cha diti srutam cha vartani vaidvadas brahmanasya. This is 12 qualities, right? What are they? A Brahmana must be perfectly religious. If a Brahmana is not religious, that means he's what? Cannot be a Brahmana. Where are you going? Where are you going for what? Who? Why you go up for? What thing? Sit down here, Prabhu. You sit down here. You go and see what's going on. Pavan, what's he doing? Class time you're going up, down, what then? What's the use of talking? Hello? You don't like class. Okay, then go. Go. Huh? So Brahmana must be perfectly first quality. What's that? Huh? Religious. He must be second, but truthful. Satyam, what? Truthful. And he must be able to control his sama and dhamma. He must execute severe austerities. This is the austerity, Prabhu. Sitting here to hear. Yes, this is austerity. Not austerity. Hello? Huh? Prabhupada said the Bhagavatam class is austerity because those who got insomnia, this is the best place. And fall asleep. It cures insomnia, Prabhupada. And they must be detached, humble, tolerant. He must not envy anyone. There's another very important quality. He must not, heart must be clean. And he must be expert in performing sacrifices and giving whatever he has in charity. He must be fixed in devotional service and expert in the knowledge of the Vedas. And he must be expert in the knowledge of. These are the 12 qualifications of a Brahmana. The 12 qualifications. So you see, a Brahmana means that he is exemplified by qualities, by qualification. Not that he is what? Simply born and having a, as Prabhupada said, two paisa threats. Then he is not Brahmin. Not Brahmin. Is disqualified. Is what? Huh? Is disqualified. You, what background? Brahmin. No, not at all. Yeah, but Iyer, no? Yes, not a Brahmin family, but not Brahmin. So you see, these qualifications must come from cultivation, bringing about association, where a person develops this qualification. That's why they go to the school. Brahmachari, as I was ending the last class, Brahmachari, Gurukule. Because why he goes to Guru? Why he goes to the Guru? Huh? To learn, to develop character. You understand? To develop these qualities. You cannot develop all these qualities by sitting at home. That's not possible. That's not possible. It has to come to the ashram of the, there's a verse, what's that? Guru Hitam. Vasan Danto Guru Hitam. What is that verse? That's it. Brahmachari Gurukule? 7? 7 1? 7 12 1. So here I can see that how a person develops this quality, this qualification. How he develops this qualification? He must go. See, Narada Vacha, Brahmachari Gurukule Vasan Danto Guru Hitam, Acharan Dasavan Nicho Guru Sudrita Sauhdataha. That's a very important. A student, Narada Muni said, a student should practice completely controlling his senses. He should be submissive. He should have an attitude of firm friendship for the spiritual master. With a great vow, the brahmachari should live at the Gurukula only for the benefit of the Guru. Prabhupada gave the example, if the Guru doesn't call him to eat, he shall have to fast. Not that he, on his own accord, he go and see how strict it is. Why this enforcement? Because the person will learn how to become disciplined. And when he is disciplined, then he becomes a disciple. The word disciple comes from the word discipline. And if he is not disciplined, then he cannot become. See? That's why there's always working with the Guru or living with the Guru. The Guru is always correcting, training him up and telling him all his faults. Because at home, there's nobody tells you. Your mother is always kissing you. Correct? Yes or not? No. Mother is kissing you. Just now only you came out of the house. Correct? Yes or not? How you will learn? You never learn. The guy cries, the mother runs. But here the Guru cries, the disciple runs. A different setup. Because he's disciplined. And then his character gets reformed. Understand? It's a very important point. Otherwise, there is no way that a person can develop this Brahminical qualities. He cannot develop this Brahminical. So now, what is the difference between the devotee? Now here, actually this verse, today's verse is more of a devotee rather than talking of the Brahmin. Because Brahmanas can be classified under the three categories. Vadanti tat tattva vidas, yes? Brahmeti, Paramatmaiti, and Bhagavaniti, Sabdayati. Right? So they are all also Brahmin. The one who is worshipping Brahman, one who is worshipping Paramatma, and one who is worshipping. So all can also be Brahmana. But Vaishnavas, they will not worship Brahman, they will not worship Paramatma, and they will only worship Krishna. That's why the words Muktanam api siddhanam. What is that number? Hello? Huh? 6:4, is it?
Okay.
6:14. So here you see in this verse, Muktanamapi Siddhanam Narayana Parayanaha Sus Durlabha Prasantatma Kotisvapi Mahamune. So here, this is a very important point. O great sage, among many millions who are liberated and perfect in knowledge of liberation, one may be a devotee of Lord Narayana or Krishna. Such devotees who are fully peaceful are extremely rare. In other words, a devotee or Vaishnava is extremely rare. There may be millions and millions of Brahmanas, but a devotee, oh, he is, you understand? And a devotee, why is rare? Because as Krishna says, in that Bhagavad Gita also, Manusyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye. Yatatamapi siddhanam kaschid mam veti tattva. Hardly one will know me in truth. So to know Krishna, that's why Krishna again says, Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadante. Vasudevam sarvamiti sahamatma sudurlabha. That means after many, many births, one who knows that I, Vasudev, is all in all, such a person is a great and rare soul. So to know that Krishna is all in all is not a small thing. It takes many, many births. And I was showing him the verse, right? Many, many births. Now you'll be wondering, there's a question, if a person, I'll show you that so that we'll discuss this point. So here it says that to chant Krishna's name, one must have practiced it for hundreds of lifetimes. Hmm? O descendant of Bharata, the holy name of Lord Vishnu are always vibrating in the mouth of one who has previously worshipped Vasudev perfectly for hundreds of lifetimes. Now the question is, if you all heard that if you chant one name of Krishna, you already go back to Godhead. So why the person is chanting for hundreds of lifetimes? What? It seems a little bit contradictory, is it not? Strange. You all are teaching me by chant Hare Krishna, I go back to Godhead. But here he's chanting for hundreds of lifetimes and he's not going back to Godhead. What's wrong? Hello? How you answer this? Hello? You're Brahmin, right? Tell me now. Hello? Tell me.
We don't have a pure devotee to approach to because he's taking Krishna's name, but just don't have a guru who can take
How you know he doesn't have a guru and all? This person told you? Huh? How to chant without guru? What is the answer for this? Huh? Quietly, what? Don't know, don't say. Huh? Don't open and speculate. Huh? What? Or the quality of chanting. Oh, really? How you know? Huh? Well then, perfectly for quality of chanting, how perfectly the word is here? What? Here it says accepted Vasudev. It says here, Prabhu. The line says. So something is wrong here. You guys are teaching me a wrong thing. Huh? What is that? What is the answer for this? Hello? HKM? Woman now. The man don't know. We ask the woman. What? Kali Yuga. Only in Kali Yuga Hare Krishna works. How do you know hundreds of lifetime doesn't include Kali Yuga here? Huh? I was thinking about this. I was showing him. Then this doubt came in my mind. How is it possible that if he's been chanting and he's not going back to guard it? Huh? Hello? Hello? This line starts the holy name of Lord Vishnu on the top there. Yeah, the mouth means he's opening and chanting. So this is the point. The point is this, that a devotee does not care whether he gets liberated or not liberated. In fact, that's what we chant every morning. What is that verse we chant every morning? So he doesn't want to go back to God. That is the what we say, mood of the devotee. He does not care whether he goes back or not go back. He is simply interested in serving the Lord. You understand? So even millions and millions of lives, if he stays here and chant, he doesn't care. Because for him, either he goes to heaven or he goes to hell. It is all the same. What is that verse? Huh? Narayana paraha sarve kutasna bibhayate. He is not worried. Whereas a neophyte, I want to go back, I want to go back, I want to go back. So that consciousness is different from one who is a pure devotee. He doesn't care. So he is chanting millions and millions of lifetime also, he doesn't bother. You understand? So that applies to this point here. Are you understanding? Is it clear? Hello? So here, this is a very important point. For a devotee who has developed all these good qualities, he doesn't care. In fact, today's verse, they're not interested in anything material. Because liberation is also material. Liberation is also material. You understand? Liberation is not what? Kama, what is that? Sorry, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. This is the four material activities in the material world. Correct? Yes? Among all these things, the one that is more important is liberation. The one who should be more concerned about liberation. But a devotee is not even interested in liberation. That is the mood of the devotee. The devotee is not praying, please Krishna, you save me. No. The devotees are thinking, even I've got problem, it's because of my past. Let me suffer. Let me go on suffering. I deserve it. Actually, I should suffer more. But Krishna has made it less for me. You see that mood of the devotee. I'm sure you are chanting this Kunti prayers and all that, correct? What she's saying? What she's saying? Give me more suffering. Hello? Yes or not? You don't know the prayer. Do you know which prayer is that? No, Prabhu, I have to think. The men are not learning. Huh? You are learning whose prayers? Bhima's prayers. They are learning Kunti's prayer. You learning what? Bhishma prayers. Yeah? Bhishma's prayers. What? Hello? So you see how she is praying. She is not praying that you please save me. She is praying what? You give me more problem, because whenever you give problem, you will be with us. So in that way I can see you, So this correlates with this verse. Because of problems, the devotee is constantly associating with the Lord. You see how it correlates. This is the mood of the Vaishnavas. Whereas the Brahmanas, they may not have this mood. That's why there's a big contrast. The Brahmin, that's why we heard that verse yesterday, was that 5, 18, 12? Yeah, and this verse that is often quoted many, many times. So in this famous verse, Yaksheti Bhakti Bhagavati Akinchana. Again, this word Akinchana is appearing here. Eh? What does Akinchana mean? I must think, Prabhu. Huh? One who left India. Akinchana means one who have what? Gone over the seas. Huh? Any? Any material desires. Sarvesta guna tatra samaste suraha harava bhakta shekuton mahaguna manoratina asti dato bahi. So here in the purport, of course you read the verse first, all the demigods and the exalted qualities such as religion, knowledge, renunciation become manifest in the body of one who has developed unalloyed devotion for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudev. That means this is referring to who? Referring to? Not Brahmana. Referring to? A Vaishnava. Yes. On the other hand, person devoid of devotional service, there's no good qualities and that goes on. So here, in this end of this line here, purport, Prabhupada is mentioning, Chaitanya Charitamrita says that all good qualities become manifest in the body of a Vaishnava, and that only by the presence of these good qualities can one distinguish a Vaishnava from a non-Vaishnava. Krishnadas Kaviraj lists the following 26 good qualities of a Vaishnava. In other words, the Brahmana has got how many qualities? A Vaishnava has how many qualities? See the difference? Huh? You understand? See how much more than a Brahmana is a. You understand? So Brahmanical qualification is there. We are not denying that. That's preliminary. But to develop these 26 qualities is something which is topmost. Don't you think so? Huh? Hello? So who is higher? A Brahmana or a Vaishnava? Higher. Huh? What? Smarta. You see the difference? So here, 26 qualities I explained is number one, he is kind to everyone. He does not make, actually, they are in another part of the Bhagavatam, Krishna is explaining about these qualities of the Vaishnava. Here, Krishna is explaining to Uddhava, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. So this, here, Krishna explaining the 28 qualities, not 26. Here is giving how many qualities? 20. I mean, of course, Krishna is the authority. And you can see, first one, Kripalu. Krata drohas, titikshaha, sarva dehinam. Titiksha sarva dehinam. That's also there in the Who's Yudhishthira Maharaj was speaking about this? You know, in the Bhagavatam, third canto, 325. Titikshva sarvadehinam satyasara anva, nava dhyatma samaha sarva upakara kaha kamai ahatta drutta danto mridu suchi akinchana, again akinchanaha aniho metabhuk santaha stiro mak charano muni apramato gabir atma. Okay, anyway, these are all the 28 qualities. But the point here, it's very nicely explained. This purport is by, I think it's Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. So here the qualities are explained here. And last I'm going to go down to the purport. Verses 29 to 31 describe 28 qualities of a saintly person, and verse 32 explain the highest perfection of life. Regarding Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, the 17th quality, Mancharana, of taking complete shelter of Krishna, is the most important, and the other 27 qualities automatically appear in one who has become a pure devotee of the Lord. As stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam, this verse we just read, the 28 saintly qualities may be described as follows. So I would recommend you to study this verse, and all these 28 qualities are explained here. Right? Kripalu, the same word, Kripalu. A devotee cannot tolerate seeing the world merge in ignorance and suffering the whiplashes of Maya. Therefore, he busily engaged in distributing Krishna consciousness and is called Kripalu or merciful. Is one of the first qualities. And to become Kripalu means you must be a preacher. You must what? Preach Krishna consciousness. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, Yare deka, tare kaha, Krishna upadesh. That's all. This is the first quality of being merciful. Like that. So Vaishnava has got all these qualities. Understand? So it makes a big difference between the Brahminical quality and that's why Vaishnavas are very merciful. You understand? So, okay, it's going to take a whole day to explain all this. I want you to read very quickly. We won't have time. Akrita droha, if someone is offensive to a devotee does not become offensive in return. There's no fighting. There's no what? Fighting. So, Prabhu, he said this about me, this guy. Yes, woman came. Hello. Hello. How could she say that? She's nonsense. Yes. Hello. So you see here, second quality. Right. You please read this. I won't have time to explain every detail of it. I suggest you go. Titikshvaha. Titikshva means what? Forgiving and forgetting offenses against himself. This is another very good quality. Tolerant. Titikshva means very tolerant. Like the what? Tree. Very good. So the next quality is what? Huh? What is this Satyasara? A devotee is already remembers that he is an eternal servant of the Supreme Personality of. On the side he is worshipping Ganesh, Prabhu. Huh? Yeah? Hello? Prabhu, how I know all this is truth, Prabhu? Huh? Yes? Maybe they change, all these things. Correct? Hello? Huh? Yes or no? Huh? Come on, we have to know this is what? What is this? Words of who? Huh? Yes. Very important. This is first preliminary quality. To have what? Faith. To have what? Faith. This is Krishna's word and I cannot go against it. Hello? Yes? You have to be very important. Without this faith, nothing can work. Nothing can. So this is why I call Satya Sara. I have absolute faith in Krishna. Very important quality. Without that, there's no basis. There's no what? So then next one, Anavadhyatma. A devotee knows that the material world is temporary, pantasmogarya, and therefore does not envy anyone in any material situation. That's another quality. Is non-envious. I know you, please read the whole thing. Again, I said, Sama, this quality is there in the Brahman also. Sama, Dhamma, is the same. Remain steady, equal in material happiness or distress. This is Sankalpa. Sarvo Upakaraka. Neglecting one's selfish desire and working for the satisfaction of others. Paro Upakara. Right? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Bharata Bhumita Manusya Yar Janma Sartaka Kara Para Upakar. The same thing. To do what? Welfare work for others. That's again one of the qualities. So like that you got 27 qualities, 28. And ordinary persons see all material things as object for personal sense gratification and try to acquire or control them. Ultimately, man wants to possess a woman and enjoy sense gratification with her. This is the kama. This is called what? Kama ahatadi. So a devotee is not interested in this. Danta. A devotee is naturally repelled by sinful activities and control his senses by dedicating all his acts to Krishna. This requires steady concentration and a cautious mentality. So they see all these qualities, they make a devotee very saintly. That's why, I'm going very quickly. Mirdu, materialist person will always see people as friends and enemy. So the devotee is not in that category. Suchi, the devotee is very clean. Suchi means clean. Akinchana means the devotee is free from possessiveness. He doesn't want to have any property, nothing. Aniha, devotee never acts on his own behalf, but rather the service of Lord Krishna. Here, Aniha also means that he never worked against the authority of his guru. Yeah. Mikta Bhak, a devotee accepts material sense object only as far as necessary. You understand? That's enough. Eh? Santa, devotee is peaceful. Santa means peaceful. Stira, remembering that Lord Krishna is the basis of everything. Stira means also he's become very fixed, Very Mat Sharana, yes, this is the point that Bhaktisiddhanta was making, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur was making. Mat Sharana, a devotee does not take pleasure in anything except serving Lord Krishna and is constantly attentive in the execution of his duty. That means he knows nothing else but Krishna. Now, Prabhu, I think we have served Krishna so much today. Prabhu. Tomorrow we will go and have a cricket match. Is it? Hello, we need some break, Prabhu. We serve Ratha Yatra so much and we all are tired. We'll go Santosa, Prabhu. Hello? Hello? Santosa, break? Huh? You try to understand. This is the all qualities. Yes? Break? Break? Muni, a devotee is very thoughtful and through intelligent contemplation avoids becoming distracted from his spiritual advancement. Muni Prabhupada said, Narada Muni, correct? Apramata, one who forgets the Supreme Lord, is more or less crazy. Hello? See? Apramata. And Gabiratma, a devotee merges in the ocean of Krishna consciousness. His own consciousness becomes deeper and deeper. Huh? Gabiratma. Drittiman, by controlling the urges of the tongue and the genitals, the devotee remains steady and patient and does not impulsively change his position. Jita Sat Guna, by spiritual knowledge, the devotee is able to conquer the pushing of hunger, thirst, lamentation, illusion, old age, and death. Amani, a devotee is not puffed up. And even if he's famous, he does not take such fame very seriously. Prabhu, how am I singing today? It's okay? I mean, did I play the mridanga all right, no? Hello? Understand? Huh? Manada. A devotee offers all respect to others, since everyone is part and parcel of Lord Krishna. See? Always offering respect to, wake him up. Kalya. A devotee is expert in making people understand the truth of Krishna consciousness. Maitreya, a devotee does not cheat anyone by encouraging them in the bodily concept of life. Rather, by his missionary work, a devotee is true friend of everyone. Karunaikaha, a devotee tries to make people sane and thus is most merciful. Paradukha Dukhi. And Kavi, a devotee is expert in studying the transcendental qualities of Lord Krishna and is able to show the harmony and compatibility of the Lord's apparently contradictory qualities. So you see, all these are, of course, the purport is very important here. I don't have the time, I'm already finished here, but I got something more to explain. I would like you to read the purport. As explained by Srila Rupa Goswami in Upadesamrita, a devotee who has not yet developed the good qualities mentioned above, but is nevertheless sincerely endeavoring for Krishna consciousness, should receive the mercy of a superior Vaishnavas. Advanced association is it's difficult for us to acquire all these qualities by our own strength. See? One should not necessarily accept intimate association with such an aspirant to pure devotional service. You see, neophyte association is not very much. Huh? You must take association of. But one should be confident that by chanting the holy name of Krishna, such a person will eventually attain all perfection. So that's why we encourage everybody to chant. Because by chanting, you will develop all these good qualities. One can imagine the beauty of a society filled with saintly person as described in this verse. So if you have a devotees, all like now we have so many of you saintly devotees here. He was commenting, Prabhu, this temple is so nice, Prabhu. Everybody is peaceful. Of course, he didn't stay here longer. Ah. But nonetheless, when devotees get together and work in loving exchange, then that mood becomes very vibrant. Everybody feels happy. So this is what Rupa Goswami is saying. The wonderful Krishna conscious quality mentioned above are the basis of a peaceful and prosperous society. And if everyone takes up to the loving service of Lord Krishna, then certainly the present atmosphere of fear, violence, lust, greed, and insanity can be replaced by celestial situation in which all leaders and citizens will be happy. The essential point here is Man Sharana, one should take full shelter of Krishna, and Mam Bhajeta, one should worship the Lord through the authorized process. In this way, the entire world can become Sattama or most perfect. So you see the qualities, that's why we say the Brahminical quality is so important. I mean, all these classes that has been going on, it has been stressing. Huh? What is that? We also chant the prayer you chanted yesterday. What is that? Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go, Brahmanitaya Cha, Jagaditaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo. Krishna is always stressing Brahman. So here, I'm going to show you this point again. In this verse, I just showed you this verse. The 12 qualities of Brahman. I showed you this. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he met Sanatana Goswami, so he was speaking like this. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, by seeing you, by touching you, and by glorifying your transcendental qualities, one can perfect the purpose of all sense activity. This is the verdict of revealed scriptures. So he's talking about Sanatana Goswami. This is the verse. It is Bengali. Here, this is the verse that actually is from the Akshanahopalam Twadarshya Darshanam He, Tanopalam Twadastha Gatra Sangaha, Jekvapalam Dwadastha Kritamanam He, Susudulab Bhagavata Hi Loke. In my dear Vaishnava, see this point here? My dear Vaishnava, seeing a person like you is the perfection of one's eyesight. Touching your lotus feet is the perfection of the sense of touch. And by glorifying your good qualities, the tongue's real activity. For in the material world, it is very difficult to find a pure devotee of the Lord. You see this? So this is why the Vaishnavas are glorified. You understand? It's so important. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is quoting this by saying Sanatana Goswami. You know Sanatana Goswami? You know him? You know him? You see how you went to Vrindavan, right? Hello? You went to Samadhi, right? Sanatana Goswami? Samadhi? And Rupa Goswami? No. Sanatana Goswami Samadhi is not with Rupa Goswami. Is it together? Behind Madan Mohan temple. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, my dear Sanatan, please hear from me. Krishna is very merciful and he is the deliverer of all fallen souls. My dear Sanatan, Krishna has saved you from Maharaurava, life's deepest hell. It's an ocean of mercy and activities are very grave. So here Sanatan Goswami escaped from the king, because he was minister, refused to cooperate with the king. The king arrested him and he put him in jail. Sanatan replied, I do not know who Krishna is. As far as I am concerned, I have been released from prison only by your mercy. So now you see the quality of Sanatan Goswami, how an exalted person he is. See how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is glorifying him, is it? Now I'm going to bring you to another part. Can you help me find out this verse? When Raghunath Das Goswami left and he went to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke about his parents, Munjumdar, two of them. Can you get that verse out for me? Can you? He said, what he said, I think that's very important for today's subject. I think it is in Antya 7. He's told that your father, although he's big Vaishnav, but because he's so much attached to materialism, he's going to the darkest region of. Do you know that verse? Can you take that out for me? So here we are comparing, how Vaishnav and how they are qualities. Here, Sanatani left everything. He's totally detached. And how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is glorifying him. 6. He's speaking about Raghunath Das Goswami's father. I think I should go one up, no? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took each word specifically. Of course, this is Atma Rama verse. Oh, Antya. Okay, got it. My dear Raghunath Das, your father and his elder brother are just like worms in stool in the ditch of material enjoyment. For the great disease of the poison of material enjoyment is what they consider happiness. You see how the parallel. Sanatan is what? Mahabhagavata, completely detached, right? Here, he is talking about Raghunath Das' father and his elder brother, how they are so much interested in material enjoyment. When a man is attached to material enjoyment, he is attached to many miserable conditions. But nonetheless, he accepts his condemned position as one of happiness. Such sense enjoyment is so strong for such a person that he cannot give it up. Exactly as worm in a stool cannot give up the stool. From the spiritual point of view, when a person is too absorbed in material enjoyment, he is exactly like a worm in stool. Although such a person is utterly miserable to the eyes of liberated soul, the materialistic enjoy is greatly attached to it. Hello? See that? Although, right, this is important, eh? Although your father and uncle are charitable to Brahmanas and greatly help them, they are nevertheless not pure Vaishnavas. However, they are almost like Vaishnavas. You see? Ah, you understand? As stated by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his Amarta Bhasya, some people, usually very rich men, dress like Vaishnavas and give charity to Brahmanas. They are also attached to deity worship, but because of their attachment to material enjoyment, they cannot be pure Vaishnavas. Anya Bilasita Sunyam Jnana Karma Anavritam. The pure Vaishnava has no desire for material enjoyment. That is the basic qualification of a pure Vaishnava. There are men, especially rich men, who regularly worship the deity, give charity to Brahmanas, and are pious in every respect, but they cannot be pure Vaishnavas. Despite their outward show of Vaishnavism and charity, their inner desire is to enjoy a higher standard of material life. Raghunath Das' father, Govardhan, and his uncle Hiranya Das were both very charitable to Brahmanas. Indeed, the Brahmanas from Gaudiya district were practically dependent upon them. Thus, they were accepted as very pious gentlemen. However, they presented themselves as Vaishnavas to the eyes of the people in general. Although, from a purely spiritual point of view, they were ordinary human beings, not pure Vaishnavas. Actually, Vaishnavas considered them almost Vaishnava, not pure Vaishnavas. In other words, they were Kanistha Adhikaris, for they were ignorant of the higher Vaishnava regulatory principle. Nevertheless, they could not be called Vishais or blind materialistic enjoyers. Those who are attached to materialistic life and are blind to spiritual life must act in such a way that they are bound to repeated birth and death by their actions and reactions of their activities. By his own free will, Lord Krishna has delivered you from such condemned materialistic life. Therefore, the glories of Lord Krishna's causeless mercy cannot be expressed. Seeing Raghunath Das Goswami, skinny and dirty because of having traveled for 12 days and fasted, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his heart melting due to causeless mercy, spoke to Sarup Damodar. My dear Swarup, he said, I entrust this Raghunath Das to you. Please accept him as your son or servant. So there's a parallel of Vaishnavas who are just like Vaishnavas but having a lot of material desires, and Vaishnavas who are completely You understand? So there are different qualifications. So it's getting late. I can go on and on, but I wish to explain what is Brahmana, correct? How much qualities he has, and who is Vaishnav, how many qualities he has, and Vaishnava almost, but with materialistic desires, his qualification. So like that we have explained. So everybody understand this subject today? Huh? So any questions? Is there a question in the... No questions. All coming in from Caribbean and some places. No questions. So okay, no questions here. Any questions? Is it clear? You now understand how Vaishnavas are much, much more superior than the Brahmanas. The Brahmanas got how many qualities the most? Vaishnavas got how many qualities? Ah, 28 qualities. How the difference? Understand? It's not the same. Not the... Because I don't have time. If I have time, I've explained a little more, but never mind. Basic things are there. Okay, we stop here then. Thank you very much. I think you have to break faster. All glories to all of you. All glories to Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.